Is it just me? Or are there some lines that, once crossed, you can never come back from, no matter what happens after? I'm getting divorced from my wife of 10 years. We have 3 kids together, 2 in school, 1 preschooler. The last 2 years of our marriage were rough, and I couldn't figure out why. She acted like everything was fine to my face. But apparently, behind my back, she was telling friends and family that I was lazy, that I ignored her, that our marriage was basically over. When I confronted her, she brushed it off. People like to stir drama, she said. We'll get back to normal once all the kids are in school. But the truth came out in the ugliest way. My brother's ex-girlfriend sent me a picture. My wife, kissing my brother, right outside his place. When I confronted them, my brother said, "It's not what it looks like." I laughed. "Oh, really?" Because it looks exactly like my wife kissing my own brother. Then came the news that sealed it. My wife told me she was pregnant, and I knew instantly the baby wasn't mine. We hadn't been intimate in years. She still tried to play it off. I don't know whose it is. But we both knew. All 3 of us knew. She tried to use the pregnancy to make me more agreeable in the divorce, maybe even to get the kids to move in with her and my brother. But I stopped it. I got temporary custody. She gets visitation, but our kids aren't moving 2.5 hours away to live with them. My parents were furious at first, but eventually, they accepted my wife and my brother as a couple. I told them, "Fine, you can do what you want, but I don't want to hear about them, ever." They agreed. Fast forward. A few weeks ago, my wife had a stillborn baby. She and my brother blamed me, said the stress from the custody arrangement, being apart from our kids, caused it. I got vile text after vile text from both of them. I didn't respond to a single one. I documented everything. Then my parents came over. Mom said, "We have to tell you something. The baby didn't make it." I replied, "Yeah, I know." Dad said, "What did you say to them?" I responded with, "Nothing." Mom replied, "Nothing. They just lost a child." I then responded back and said, "And they destroyed my family." I'm not offering sympathy to the 2 people who did this to me and my kids. They tried to talk about the loss, about the baby, about the grief. I shut it down. I told you before, I don't want to hear about them. That hasn't changed just because they lost a baby. They left angry. Weeks later, they reached out again. Dad said, "If we bring this up again, are you going to be rude?" I replied, "If you try to talk to me about them, yes." Mom said, "We hoped you'd come to the service." I responded, "It's not happening." Dad replied, "You don't need to be such a cold-hearted monster. Times like these, you put away the hate." Maybe they're right. Maybe I am cold. Or maybe some betrayals go so deep that there's no coming back. What do you think? Should I have set my feelings aside for the sake of compassion? Or was I right to stand my ground after what they did? Tell me in the comments. I really want to know.